Hey YouTube, welcome to Wild Blue. So we're doing our weekly news commentary update here, talking about some of the things that are going on right now in the world. So first I'm going to start off with this thing I found fairly recently. Alright, so apparently the National Park Service requires anyone doing commercial filming to get a permit to be able to film there. And these permits ain't cheap, cost anywhere from $100 and something to over $200 just to submit the application, with even more fees going towards having to account for how many people you got filming there. You may even have to have a ranger chaperone you, depending on where you're going within the parks. This doesn't just apply to the national parks, it also applies to any national forests or national wilderness area, national monument, anything publicly owned, any land that belongs to the country, basically to us. So we gotta pay to use these permits here. This is the national park website right here. When is a permit needed for commercial filming? All commercial filming requires a permit. Next one here says what commercial filming is. Describes anything that generates an income. Now, the thing with YouTube is all these videos you post up there, all these videos I post up there, even though I'm not monetized in any way, YouTube, they'll post their own ads on these videos, and so by that, it is technically considered commercial filming. The next part on here, federal law requires a permit for commercial filming no matter the size of crew or equipment, which includes footage posted on websites such as YouTube and TikTok. So that really puts a damper on any sort of videos I plan to make that may involve going to any of these nationally owned areas. You know, my question is, why would they do this? You see, this was effective October 28th, 2022, and this law had been in place for many years, but was more geared towards people running a full film operation that may have all kinds of crew and equipment they're bringing to this location, and for that it makes sense, but for me walking around with my phone on a gimbal, it doesn't seem like the same rules should apply. And you know, a couple of years ago, someone else agreed after they were fined for making a documentary out in a Civil War battleground. And so after being fined, they took it to court and won at first. So for 2 years, this law didn't apply to the small guys like me. After 2 years though, another court came back and appealed it, overturned the ruling, and so here we have this. So going back to why are they doing this? Part of it, I think, is, you know, to take out the competition. Who knows how much these big film companies are paying to keep the little guy down. Part of it also goes in towards, there are so many videos. I look at some videos that were just taken in some of these national areas. There's tons of them out there on YouTube. There's no way they can enforce it, so it's all going to be selective enforcement, which means if you post something that they don't like, they're going to target you. You'll probably be fine if you're just posting some family videos, sharing with your family members, but if you post anything that maybe doesn't show the park in a good light, you're likely going to get charged with some kind of fine, which could be over $1,000 and could include jail time if you don't comply. Many stories of strange things being sighted taking place on public lands, whether it be national parks or forests or wilderness areas. Sightings of Sasquatch, UFOs, any sort of cryptids, and even spiritual hauntings and stuff like that have been sighted out here in these national areas. So it would make sense, if they know these things are out there, to limit as much as possible people filming in the area. And some of these areas don't even allow for filming non-commercially. So if I were just to take a camera out there, technically I would need a permit and potentially even a guide to chaperone me, make sure I'm not filming something or doing something I'm not supposed to. There is that. Definitely something concerning. We'll move on here. Next thing I'm going to talk about is all these UFO sightings associated with the spy balloon. Apparently came from China. So you know, the first one, we had plenty of pictures of it. Here's one of the original photos of the spy balloon right here, the one that was shot down a couple of weeks ago. Now you're just hearing all kinds of them going around. You know, we got this story right here posted on Twitter. Reports of an explosion in the sky over Montana. Yep, we see something there. Some kind of contrail, I don't know what it is. We got another one right here in Wawa.
Guys, look at that.
Got two objects there. Now these don't look like balloons to me. I don't know what it is.
They're doing something.
Definitely something strange though. You can see the moon in the bottom there when it zooms out. Now a lot of these I believe may just be other balloons or something along those lines, but after 3 or 4 of them now that have been shot down, definitely raising some questions. Why now are these things coming out? Got a lot going on in the world. You know, what makes this time so important that we're seeing these things? I don't believe it's all just a coincidence. If y'all more interested in learning about this, head over and check out my video on Project Bluebeam. This may be the first stages, seeing basically these signs of UFOs and the like, which will usher in an age of, you know, possibly a new world order, which may be getting closer by the day. Alright, next thing here, I'm going to go through some of these other videos, ghost sightings and whatnot.
It was cleansing the house.
This appears to be a ghost in someone's house here. He's cleansing it, and you see her hair going up like that. No, may just be tied to a string. Got these pictures here. Both look like they're being pulled kind of towards that doorway there. You may have someone standing over there.
I hope everything
So
will
I'm
be
not sure if that's real or
this.
not. Definitely have my suspicions about it. Move on to the next thing here. This is a UFO sighting over Japan from this month. Doesn't have a date on it. I know this was posted in the last week because that's where I got it from. Looks like shining some kind of spotlight down on wherever that is. Can't really make too much out of it though. No sound either. This next one here, another sighting over Tokyo. This one is your traditional flying saucer here. This one's pretty interesting. Zooming out now, we can see the skyline. It is just floating there. It could be some kind of airship blimp, but not quite tall enough to be a blimp. At the same time, though, any of these things could be faked through some sort of digital means, deep fake of some kind. So you never know. It's not moving, so you ain't seeing the aerobatics that these things tend to demonstrate when they're flying around. Alright, next up we got some strange lights in formation over Arizona. Check out this video right here. See one of them right here. Let's move on later in the video, see what else. Now there's 2 of them. Still just sitting there, look like balls of fire almost. And then move a little bit further. Now we got multiples. Some split into pairs. Still not exhibiting any sort of strange movement characteristics, just kind of sitting there. Strange and interesting nonetheless. I'd say inconclusive as to whether or not it's something that's actual alien aircraft or just your UFO, as in we don't know what it is. I saw this video on TikTok here. Apparently there's going to be a demon in this doorway. I haven't watched this, so we're watching this for the first time together here. I don't want to sit through the whole thing, so I'm going to skip through.
See it?
I'm not seeing nothing. He's asking me to see it, but I don't see nothing in there. I'm watching. Tell me, guys, where is it? Y'all see it anywhere? I ain't seeing nothing. This looks like an empty house. Oh, right here. Apparently it's right here at the end. Right in the doorway on the left side there. Slowly materializing. I'm seeing it now. This guy describes it as a demon. Apparently this thing's been haunting him here. It's very interesting. Could very well be a person in there as part of some kind of stage deal. These things happen quite a bit. At the same time, though, I'm not disinclined to believe there is something strange going on there. It could go either way.
I haven't even had this camera set up a day and already
We got another one here.
Activity.
Some kind of ghost that's going to appear in this mirror here. This one looks a bit more staged even than the last one. And why has he got the camera just kind of sitting up there? You see a face with a hat going through. Looks like the guy from the Blacklist.
Spooky ghoul and
I'm not buying that one.
Most
Jim.
terrifying demonic activity ever caught on
I
camera.
got
Bobby,
that
is that
annoying
you?
Twitter voice,
Bobby,
annoying TikTok voice
I get
there.
it. I get it, man. Just gonna stare at each other for like what? You
See
got
these
me.
two figures there.
I don't know what the fuck their problem is.
This one,
Keep doing
this one ain't
I'm just
ain't
gonna
too
stare at them,
convincing.
man. Fuck it, right?
Probably just his friends or something hanging out there, letting him make a fool out of himself. And they disappear. The way these things usually go for
Bobby, come on, get down.
he's terrified, it seems like. See if you gonna see anything else. See if he turns around the camera and sees anything.
Come on, just go to your room. You got me, man. You got me.
Lock the door. Waiting for the jump scare.
Okay, it's good.
Watch him turn around here. There's gonna be some ghosts waiting for him. Some demon or whatever.
And just stay in your room.
And they're ringing the doorbell. I ain't buying it. I think we're gonna call it for this video. Had some interesting stuff on there and some interesting conversations. Y'all let me know what y'all think about what's going on in the world and as far as these UFO sightings goes, and also the other things we talked about with the national parks and also with the balloons and whatnot flying around in our atmosphere. So anyway, we'll be back later this week with another video. Check it out. Y'all have a good one. Wild Blue out.